All right, you guys, I am so excited. First of all, thank you so much for taking the time tonight to just put this hour or so aside. I hope you guys have a pen and paper because we're going to spit a lot of stuff to you guys today. We're going to give you a lot of information. Let me ask all to mute. Play sound. Mute participants upon entry. How do I do this? Mute all. I'm just going to keep muting all. Okay, guys, make sure you keep yourself muted, okay? So, okay, for those of you that can't hear, click connect to audio. Kaitlyn, my keyboard is slow. Do you mind just typing in the chat there, connect to audio? Sorry, I gotta look at how long show I am. I have to charge my thing while I'm doing this. Okay, let's get started, you guys. Sorry, this is real life. So, guys, my name is Jackie. I have top income earner Kaitlyn Reddick on here with me tonight, you guys, and we just had a really strong call to just do an in-depth distributor training, and we're really excited to give you guys some information that has helped us both be very successful in this business. So guys, we're going to start off just by sharing our story really quick. So guys, my name is Jackie. I've been in this business for 3.5 years. It'll be 4 years in March. Okay, no, can anybody hear? Can anybody hear? Okay.
Yes. It's definitely just
I'm like, yeah, I already had a conversation.
I can too.
Okay, perfect. So we'll just go with that. So anyways, like I mentioned, my name is Jackie, guys. I have been in this business for 3.5 years. If you're on this Zoom, it's because you're somehow within our organization, and we're just really excited, you know, to have you here. 3.5 years ago, I was a new mom. I had watched somebody build this business on social media for a long time. And I was always that person that was very skeptical. Am I breaking out? Can you guys hear me? I'm good. Okay. I'm just going to keep going. I'm not going to look at the chats because I have ADD and I'll just keep doing it. So 3.5 years ago, guys, I was just that person that watched somebody do this for a long time. I had watched some girl do it. She added me to Facebook, had no idea who she was. I was working 2 jobs at the time. I was working at TELUS. You guys are in Canada, you know TELUS. I worked there for 8 years. I served at Red Robin at night. And my boyfriend at the time, now my fiance, he was an engineer for CN Rail. So we were both very busy. We were doing kind of everything society taught us to do that we thought was, you know, supposed to make us, you know, have an okay life. You know, Mike was making really good money. I was making okay money, but we were just both working all the time. We moved to Kamloops from the coast. You know, he was gone probably over 300 hours a month. So for the railway, if anybody's familiar, you literally like take a train, you're gone for 30 hours, come back, there's no schedule. It's crazy. And then I was just willing to grind, right? I was at TELUS, you know, 5 to 6 days a week. I was serving nights, and it was crazy to me because we were always broke. And we were just living paycheck to paycheck. We were really those people that were like, we can pay our bills and have a roof over our head, but if the motor in my car died tomorrow, it completely screwed me over. Like Christmas time would come around, we were in debt. We were starting the new year up with debt. Like it was just really suffocating. And I kind of got comfortable living uncomfortable. You know, I thought this is how we were supposed to live. I thought these were the cards we were dealt. And for me, guys, honestly, it wasn't until I had my son placed on my chest for the very first time as a new mom and thinking to myself, like, I have got to change what I'm doing. You know, if I keep doing this, I'm going to be working to pay somebody else to raise him. I'm going to be in debt. I'm never going to see Mike. This is not what I signed up for. And I kind of just got to that point where I was scared of doing something like this. I was skeptical. I had tried another company before and didn't have success, like really briefly. But I was more scared of my life staying the same. And, you know, a question that I remember being asked was, and, you know, you don't have to put this in the chat, but maybe think about it yourself, is if your life 1 year today is the same as it is right now, meaning the bank, you know, the money you have in your bank account, maybe it's the time you see your family, the time you have with your kids, the freedom that you have, like, would you be happy? And I like remember somebody asking me that, and I thought to myself, like, no, I would not be happy. Like I'm working just to say I'm working. Don't have freedom to do anything. I don't have the time to go anywhere that I want. I was just being a slave to the 9 to 5. And I think at some point, you know, you kind of have to have that breakdown to break through. And for me, it was having a baby and realizing that if I didn't change what I was doing, my life was going to stay the same. And I just wasn't okay with that. And so, guys, I jumped into this business, and we're going to talk numbers because we're not like public IDS, everything like that on our profiles. But I want to give you guys a real idea of kind of our timeline. So when we jumped in, guys, I'm going to be real with you. I'd watched somebody do this for so long that I decided that when I did join and I spent $99 on this business that I didn't have, I know a lot of you guys probably got started for $24. Some of you guys got started for $99. Who knows? I would pay $1 million for this business. Okay, maybe not a million, but I'd pay $1,000 for sure, knowing what I know now. But anyways, that's regardless. I decided that if I was going to pay money that I didn't have to get started, I needed to give it a solid shot. Like I needed to at least try. I needed to go all in. If I wanted this to pay me like a business, I needed to treat it like a business. And although I didn't have the network for it, my friends and family weren't supportive. I had like 200 Facebook friends. The work ethic was there. I decided that I wasn't just going to do like everything else in my life and quit when it got hard. The gym, I pay for like 4 gym memberships that I never go to, and I don't even want to go in there to cancel them because it's embarrassing at this point. You know, like I've never been one to, you know, quit my real estate exam. Like I was just done with being the person that quit everything and never got results. So I said, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it. I took my business serious before anybody else did. People thought it was a joke. People laughed at me. My parents thought I was in a pyramid scheme, but none of these people were paying my bills. So I was like, I'm just going to do it. Guys, we came in, our first paycheck was $30. We worked every single day for it. This is where most people quit. Our second paycheck was $200. Now, this doesn't seem like a lot now that I look back, but to me, I was like, this is life-changing money. Like $200 a month paid for my car, you know, put groceries on my table. Put a 1 in the comments if $200 a month right now, if that was all you ever made, would be life-changing to you. Think about what that does, right? So once I made that first even $30 paycheck, I was like, okay, if I can make 30, I can make 200. If I can make 200, it brought us to $700 in our third month, okay? And then we kept going. I didn't stop. I literally just kept going. It took me 5 months of this business, focused work where not everybody was jumping at the bits to join. It took me 5 months to replace both my jobs. I quit both my jobs after 5 months. I came home to be a full-time mom. I've been home ever since. It took me 1.5 years to replace Mike's income at the railway. And you guys, we literally have been home for 3.5 years, living life on our terms, working this business, traveling with this business, while we're stuck at home, working this business. Like this business comes with us everywhere. And it's so crazy to think now, like, you know, I don't know who's motivated by money here. Like, I mean, I don't know about if anybody's read here, but like, I was so motivated by the fact that like, we could make an uncapped income wherever we were. Money isn't the root to everything, but it gives us freedom. It gives us options. And this was a vehicle for us to follow our dreams. And I just latched onto it and didn't let go. And guys, now, like, to sum it up just really quick, our life truly is unlike anything I would have ever thought this business could be. My mindset was make $200 a month, maybe. And just with being consistent and showing up, it's allowed us to just truly live a life of freedom. And now what Kaitlyn and I both get to do is teach other people how to do the same thing. So that's kind of my story in a nutshell. Excited to go into the tips with you guys, but I really want to introduce to you guys Kaitlyn. Guys, Kaitlyn was a distributor that joined me probably about 1 year into our business. We actually met on social media, which is cool because think about that. Somebody that you may not even know that's on your Instagram right now could join your team and be a top income earner in the entire company. She joined this business as a new mom, top earner now, and you guys are going to just love her story. So I'll pass it over to you. Let me unmute you. And I'm excited for you guys to hear her story.
Okay, hey guys. Okay, so my name is Kaitlyn, and like Jackie said, I did not know Jackie in real life before this business. So that's like the first thing to consider is when you come into this business, so many people are like, well, I don't have anybody that'd be interested. Like, you don't know that. And that's the beauty of social media, is that we can always be growing our network and finding new people. Because I was struggling so bad. Like, I was working government jobs, like making minimum wage. Like, I loved what I did, but was not making much money. And James was going to school to be an engineer. So we knew like someday we'd be okay. Like, we'd never be like rich or like thriving, but like we'd be fine. Just for the moment we were really struggling because he was going to school and I wasn't making much, right? So as it was, I could barely even afford my rent. I could barely afford to get by. And then we unexpectedly got pregnant because emergencies and crazy situations happen all the time where you need money. And of course, life had to throw us one of those curveballs. So we went from having almost no money to like actually like no money. It was $400 a month on maternity leave. and somehow that was supposed to pay for absolutely everything in life, and it couldn't. His parents started paying our rent. My family started paying for like bills and stuff. Like I couldn't afford anything. Like I literally couldn't afford to live myself, let alone raise a kid. And I was so devastated, you guys. Like literally, it sounds dramatic, but I would literally cry over the fact that like we couldn't afford a house. We couldn't afford to actually get married. We couldn't afford to do anything. Like we were poor. I was on government assistance, relying on those paychecks. Like I had nothing. And one day, it literally just took one post for me. I saw Jacquie post that she had earned like $30,000 in bonuses or something crazy, and she was making this income from home with her kid. Literally my dream life, to just be home with my kid, making money. And I literally jumped on the spot. I didn't ask a single question. I texted her all my info, and I jumped in, and I literally just started copying what I saw working for her and for the other successful people. Like I tweaked it for myself, obviously, but copy the right cat, right? Like I would take posts that were like really inspirational for her and just change it to my story and use like the outline. And I just stayed so consistent with that. And I just stayed excited. I would just tell everybody what I was doing, and I didn't care about opinions, because for me, it was like, sure, I could listen to people telling me that this won't work, or I could listen to the one person who I'm literally watching live the life that I want. So it clearly works. And I just kept going with it, and it changed everything for us, you guys. Month 4, I believe it was, we found out we had earned a $5,000 bonus, and I was literally in fetal position on the floor crying. Like it was the craziest moment of my life. Like I'll never forget that moment. And it lit a fire under me so big. And the next month, we went diamond and got another bonus. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is real. And that's when I started to see the true vision of like, this isn't just like a one-time thing here. Like I'm going to do this for life. Like I'm going all in here. And we like sprinted. And month 8 is when it changed absolutely everything for us, because we were coming on to what we call the rank of double diamond, which is like a big leadership position. And so we started like dreaming, and we started saying like, okay, like what if maybe we could get a house someday? We started going out and looking. Like we weren't taking it seriously, but we would go look, and we'd be like, maybe this will happen someday. And then as near it came to like the end of that month, when we were like, oh my gosh, we're actually going to promote, like we earned a huge bonus that month, you guys. So we knew that this was coming if we got these huge promotions. And we were like, oh my gosh, this is real. And so we like started to like prepare, and it was like, oh, it was the most overwhelming, but in the most amazing way, day of my life. So end of the month came, we hit that promotion. We earned, it was like 40,000 Canadian. Like I think it was like 43. And so we knew that was coming. And that day we bought a house. We moved in the same day that we earned this promotion. Like I earned it while I was like inside my new house. And I sent in an email to my boss that same day, quit my job in that day too. And I was like, you know what? I love you guys, but like, I'm not coming back. I found something like unreal for me. And I have never been back since before my maternity leave. I literally ran after the dream that I wanted and made it happen. And I've been home with my daughter ever since. And we've been able to travel as a family. One thing that I thought we would absolutely never be able to do. A few months ago in December, my fiance now, he was at work and he came home and he was like, Kaitlyn, we need to talk. And I was like, don't ever, us women know, right? Like, do not ever start a conversation with those words, like never. And so here I am like panicking. And he was like, I got asked to go to Australia for 3 months. So I was like, oh my gosh. And so we literally had like 48 hours to give them a definite answer on if we were going or not. And if we said yes, like we were 100% roped in. So we had 48 hours to figure out if this was going to work for us. And I remember the reason I share this story with you guys is because we were sitting at the kitchen table trying to plan like the housing and the plane ride and like all the costs and everything, right? And I started getting frustrated and I got pretty mad and I was like, how the hell do they, sorry for my language. How the heck do they expect me to plan this whole thing in 48 hours? Like, this is so darn stressful. Like, I don't know how they expect anybody to do this. And he looked at me and he was like, oh, I'll never forget the look on his face. And he's like, Kaitlyn, the families don't get to do this. Like, I was supposed to go on my own. No family has ever gone. They have jobs. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I sat back and I just started bawling. And I was like, this is why I joined, is to have these opportunities when he said that to me, that like no wife and kid was ever able to go for the 3 months with like the husband, like, oh my God. So we're able to go because I didn't have a job. I didn't have to clock in. I wasn't going to lose money by going. And so we picked up and we went and we lived there for 6 months, and I just worked my business from Australia for 3 months. And it was the most life-changing thing ever. And those are the types of things that are possible with this type of opportunity, because you dream as big as you want. You can literally accomplish anything. You set your own future and your own paychecks. And I promise you, it can change your entire life if you just let it and work for it.
Dude, that fires me up all the time. Okay, one in the comments if you're fired up. Let's be interactive. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I love to like hear the feedback. I like to know that you guys are fired up. So like, let's just like get excited. And one thing I want to touch on, you guys, is I remember being new and coming on Zooms like this and hearing stories like this and thinking like, yeah, that's really great that they can do it. But you almost like I almost counted myself out. I was like, I remember someone saying to me, it was like in a training, and they're like, oh, nobody's going to join because of the business. They're going to join with you. And I remember thinking like, well, that sucks because no one's actually going to join with me. Like I have no network. Like that's my out. Like this is not going to work for me. And I need you guys to understand before we go into this, like, and I mean this with every ounce. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your background is. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what your history is. I don't care what your background is. I don't care the level of experience that you have. I promise you that you can do this business. I promise you. I think that when we do, like, it's almost like a confused mind says no, right? And so we get so overwhelmed with these things that we don't know, and we just like, our brain kind of gives us, I mean, as humans, we want to be comfortable. Our bodies are always trying to keep us comfortable. Our mind is subconsciously always trying to keep us comfortable, right? So like you do something that stretches your anxiety, or you do something that pushes your comfort level, and you think to yourself, oh, this is not for me. Oh, I could never do this. But I want you guys to know this feeling and understand it as literally a feeling of growth. You absolutely can do this business. It's just learning how to do the things. I remember when Kaitlyn came to me in her first week and she wanted to quit. And like, there's going to be your next week, you may feel like you want to quit, you know, but I just shared that. And I'm so happy that she shared her story, because I want you guys to understand the process of this. And I don't, like I said, I don't care who you were, where you're from, you can absolutely do this business and have success in it. And I want you guys to understand that. And I want you guys to like run with that. Okay. So let's go into the next category that we have. I want to explain this business model. Now, you may have already experienced this, and Kaitlyn's going to touch on it a little bit later, but you may have some people that are negative about this industry. Let's just talk about it. I remember people coming to me and saying, you're in a scam, you're never going to make money, people in these things don't make money. I want to explain to you the thought process behind this and the actual business model to simplify it, okay? Now, Kaitlyn said took one post from her to see from somebody that was already having success to fire her up, okay? You're going to come across two types of people in this business. Somebody that tells you that you can't, and somebody that's telling you that you can. Actually, not just in this business, probably in life. There's going to be people that are telling you why you can't. There's going to be people telling you that you can, okay? Now, I want you guys to remember that as you plug into this, you know, team page and see other leaders, guys, it's not just me and Kaitlyn. Like, you know, we have people like Tamara, Courtney, traveling, you know, long distance relationships, being able to go to Maui for a month because of this. Like, it's not just us. You guys are going to see this. And I want this to be inspiring to you, because like, this is not one or two people. This is people that have truly treated it like a business and got these results. And so when you have somebody maybe in your ear saying it's not possible, or they've tried a business like this and it's impossible to make money, 1% of people make money, people make up all these crazy stats. I'm like, really? That's so weird that that's the stat, because I've never heard that before ever. Like, that's not even a real thing. It's like 0.001% of people. No, stop listening to the people that are not where you want to go. Like, this is like a really big piece of advice for you that I have, because I had tons of people in my life, people on the internet, people that my parents that were just trying to protect me. Oh, it's one of those things, like, you're just going to be out all this money. Like, I need you guys to know that if you never spend another dollar on this business, you can be successful. Like, absolutely. And stop looking for validation in people that have not been where you're trying to go. Okay. So let's just kind of go into that. So let's talk about the business model. People always ask, like, you know, has anybody come across, is this a pyramid scheme? I just want to talk about it. Has anybody had that? Like, yes, this is a pyramid scheme. Anybody had that yet? Probably, right? Me too. Okay, I want to go over the business model so you guys can feel comfortable in like understanding this for yourself, because when I started, I was like, I don't even know if this is a pyramid scheme, but I'm in. Like if this, I don't know. I saw somebody do it for a long time. I was like, I don't know, but I want to talk to you guys about it. So pyramid scheme, illegal, no products. It's illegal. It's an illegal investment. We only get paid to recruit people. Okay. If you look up what a pyramid scheme is, these are all the things. Okay. Network marketing is very different. 86% of women that make over $100,000 a year do it through network marketing. Our company is featured in Forbes magazine. Okay, so when you have people that tell you it's a scam, I want you to know confidently that Forbes magazine would have done their back research to know that It Works is not a scam. Our company is about to be featured in Direct Sellers magazine. This is big. We have celebrity partnerships. Anybody watch Botched or Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? I don't. I didn't know who he was before, but he's awesome. His skincare is bomb, and we have partnered with Dr. NASA. Okay, so I need you guys to be confident in this business model. Now, let's compare what we have to another billion-dollar company like Nike. I don't know why I've been using the same example for 3 years now. I've got to come up with a new. I see people laughing, the OGs that have been around for a while. They're like, dude, get some other than Nike. Okay, let's compare it to Nike. Nike's a billion-dollar company. It's been around for a long time. It's very reputable. We all know Nike. They have storefronts. They have people in their stores that wear the Nike shirt with the little check mark. They have flyers. They have celebrities endorsing their products, right? So for a big company like Nike, they have so much budget every single month, year that goes into advertising, promotions, flyers, the rent for their stores, the people to pay people to ring them through the stores. Like they have such a big budget for marketing. Okay. Now what network marketing is, or what, It Works does, is they just take out that big budget that normally would go to the stores or the people ringing through the products or the flyers, the commercials, the warehouses. They take that out and they just say, we are going to advertise by word of mouth, by distributors. We're going to put that budget into regular people like Kaitlyn, like myself, like yourself, and we're going to basically pay people for their productivity. Right? So like, let's think about Uber. Okay. So you know how Uber kind of took over taxi? Anybody remember taxis? I don't know. Just joking. That's kind of a bad joke. I live in BC. There's no Uber. So, but taxis, like that was a company. They had employees of the taxi that would drive you around, right? Uber, it's all independent. Uber doesn't own a vehicle, right? It's all people running with their own vehicles. Amazon, that's the world's biggest retailer. They don't own a store. Network marketing is the exact same thing. They cut out the middleman. They can offer premium products and services at a cheaper rate because they take out the middle cost. They direct to consumer, and we do it through e-commerce. So when you come as a business owner or a franchise owner or whatever you want to call it, when you represent It Works, you can decide, do I want to build it face-to-face? Do I want to build it online? For me, I didn't want to do anything face-to-face. I don't want to buy products. I don't want to do, you can definitely build your business that way. But for me, I wanted to build it on the internet. I wanted to know that if I'm in Kamloops, BC, I can grow my team in Texas if I want to. We're in 28 countries, right? So basically the business model is cutting out the normal ways to advertise and using word of mouth. And we're going to really focus on social media. Okay. So put a 1 in the comments, guys, if you are planning to build this business on social media. Okay. So that's going to be awesome. So that's the business model. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, you guys obviously put them in the chat. Now, the next thing we're going to cover is just some basics. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys here. This is going to be really, really quick. And then I'm going to pass it back over to Kaitlyn. Three resources I want to show you guys here. Okay. So first one is going to be our team page. This is the Diamond Tribe page. This is our main team page. Okay. So you guys should all be in this. A couple resources I want to show you in here. So this is our main page. You guys are going to find a lot of training and resources in units. Okay. Now I want you guys to know, if you know nothing about this business yet, if your enroller quits tomorrow, like I want you guys to know that everything that you need is truly in here. It's just, again, being willing to figure it out and treat it like a business and go find it. So I'll just kind of walk through a couple of the things that we have. So these are our training videos, our first 6 training videos going over the basics. We also have daily content. So as you start to post, there is 2 weeks worth of content for you to just take from. Like when you click it here, it's going to bring up day 16, and then it's actually in the comments. So this is just going to be a place where you can go and look for some post ideas, tasks, things like that. So when you go back to units and you keep scrolling down, I'm just going to quickly go over what we have. So daily task list, which we're going to talk about later, so you guys can reference back here. Post examples for customers, post examples to sign distributors, message examples. Guys, so this is just stuff that I use. Like, I'm not putting anything in here that I don't use. So everything's in here. Host to post, stories for you to use, examples of like us closing a conversation with loyal customers, training videos. Like, this is literally how we promoted to Double Diamond. When Kaitlyn told you we earned those $40,000 in bonuses, that was in 4 months, and it 1000% was because I just obsessed over watching YouTubes. I just learned the things. Charting, promotions, pictures. Okay, so you guys can look through the units. Another really good spot is going to be the photo albums. Okay, so if you just click albums, you're going to see, you know, stories for you to use, pictures, things, there's just a ton. You're going to look in here and you're going to find it. Okay, so play around in the team page. Second thing I want to show you guys is your e-suite. This will be in the unit one of the training videos, so it'll show you how to walk through your e-suite. It'll be more in depth, but I really just want to show you a couple things. So this is going to be your back office. This is where you're going to be able to run reports, see your team as it starts to grow. We get paid once a month for commission, weekly for distributor bonuses. This is all going to be loaded in here. So when you get your first paycheck, like, we get paid on the 15th. So if you join today, right, you make a couple sales. On we get paid, what comes after August? September 15th. Shut up, Kaitlyn. On September 8th, you're going to be able to log in here and see your commissions. I can see people laughing at me. This team is mean to me. I just want you guys to know that I have stuck through these people being mean to me for 4 years, okay? So commissions you're going to see in here. You can order in here, training, support, customer service. You guys are going to be able to play around in here, okay? The third resource I want to show you is your website. Guys, this is where you're going to learn a lot about the products, prices. If you want to know what countries we're in, you could just click the, you know, flag at the top right corner there, drop down. So let's say if you're like, oh my gosh, I have somebody in Germany that wants to buy a product, we can just switch it to Germany, change the countries. We're at the bottom, we're going to see, you know, their pricing. We're going to see their products that they have there. Okay, all the things. So if someone's like, oh my gosh, what is the thermal fight? You're going to be able to go to your website, change the country. And guys, each product, a couple things I want to point out, each product is going to have 2 prices. Of course, this is the worst example because it's in euros, but if it was in US or Canada, it would show the dollars. So we're going to have our retail price and our low customer price, which we'll cover what that is. And then down here is just the points on it, right? So, you know, if someone's ever like, hey, you know, tell me a little bit about the thermal fight. We have all the text replacement and the descriptions in our team page, but this is where you can come to just get a really quick overview of the bullet points. If you want to go more in depth, you can click on the product information, and then this is going to be like a page of the nutritional info, common questions and answers for the product, right? So if you're ever stuck in a bind, this is going to be a really good resource for you. So those are just a couple resources for you guys to look at. Now, we're going to go into basically the first goal. Okay, so you guys are you've logged into your e-suite, you're in the team page, you're looking around, you're getting started. Kaitlyn, can you talk about what our first goal is as a new distributor?
Yes, so you're brand new, your first goal that you want to hit is you want to get 6 loyal customers in your first 30 days. And the reason that is so big is, for one, what that's going to do is it's going to give you a free shopping spree. It's $150 US, which is almost $200 Canadian. If you're in a different country, it's just converted from 150 US. And that's honestly a lot, you guys. That is multiple products that you pick if there's something you really want to try for yourself, or if you want to grab like the coffee or wraps, like things that you can sell to people, you can make money off of it. Like, it's literally 100% up to you what you want to do with it. But even getting them for yourself to try is such a big thing for your business, because then you can show people, like, I myself love the products. This is me drinking the coffee in the morning, or this is me taking the hair vitamins. Like, whatever it is that you're into, your excitement is genuinely what feeds your business. People don't care if you know all the information or if you know like every single little fact about everything. They just care, like, if you're excited and you love what you're doing, that's what sells. And so it really is a big thing to just get the products. But another thing is, obviously we're all wanting the income, right? And when you do that, not only are you going to get the commission on all those 6 customers, it's going to keep going into residual income. you also get what we call product rewards too. So for every 2 customers you sign in this business, you get what's called a product reward, which we have like a list of different products you can put it towards. I can't remember all of them. It's like wraps, coffee, keto energy, like there's a few options, and each product reward gives you a product at like 80% off. So you could get a pack of wraps for like $30 and then again go sell, because there's 4 wraps in a pack, go sell that and make like $90 off it. Like, it's honestly, if you get those 6 customers, you get so many rewards and products for doing that. You can make unreal money like right away. Like, it's honestly such a good way to just jumpstart your business and show your followers, like, I'm all in, I'm so excited, and just run with it. And it really is just a way to get you going quick, because honestly, this business loves speed. That's how Jackie always words it, and I love it because it's so true. If you come in and you're just like so excited and you're just on fire, and you're like, I'm gonna do this. No matter what happens, you're just like so confident that you're gonna make it happen. You will make it happen, and that's what will sell your followers, 100%. Did I miss anything on that?
No, that was perfect. And actually, before we go into what a loyal customer is, you guys, I want to get you excited about using these products, because I want to show you, like, this is truly what I feel has blown my business up. And I'm going to say to you guys, you know, and I don't know if it's the right thing to say, but I always say it anyways, because whatever. You know, in this business, you don't have to spend money on products. You know, when I started, I didn't have money for an auto ship. I bought the business kit, and my goal was like, I'm going to make my money back. And then when I make a profit, I'm going to like pay myself back first and use the products that I'm talking about every single day. So like, I don't want anybody to come in here and feel like they have to spend a bunch of money to make money. Like our goal for both of our goal for you guys is to come in here and make money. Okay. But hustle about it and be about your business and make a profit, and, you know, get your shopping spree, get some of these products for you. Because once you can share your own results, you guys, you're going to be blown away at the response you get. So I just want to show you guys really quick before I go in. These are my results from the skincare from Dr. Nassif. It has completely changed my face. Like, this is no filter. This is literally like, people think it's fake because my freckles disappear, but I just use sunscreen, okay, and skincare. So just to show you guys that. And then I want to show you guys kind of our most popular products. This is my personal 3 months results with the coffee. I just switched my coffee out in the morning. Wasn't going to the gym. I told you guys I pay for like 5 gym memberships. I just like to support all small gyms and not go, but I do like coffee. So here we go. And then the hair, skin, nails. Guys, this is my results 90 days hair, skin, nails. Okay. So like, as you can imagine, when I'm talking to people about these products, they're like, oh, right? So even something as powerful as like making it your first goal, get these 6 customers out of the way so we can get you some products for free for you to use, for you to talk about, okay? So Kaitlyn talked about first goal is to get 6 loyal customers in their first 30 days. You're going to get $150 shopping spree plus your earning commission that whole time. Plus that's going to qualify you for all the bonuses that we have that will be coming out. Okay. So there's different bonuses at different times. And guys, you want to be qualified for these bonuses. Us personally, we've earned over like probably 230,000 just in bonuses in 3 years. That's not even commission. So be like, even if you're, you know, in and out, be in until you get your 6 customers, because you don't want to look back and be like, oh my gosh, I should have gone for that. Okay. So let's talk about the types of people and what a loyal customer is and the types of people that we want to bring into our business. Okay. So we get paid to do 2 things. We get paid to bring in customers, and we get paid to bring in distributors. Okay. So again, like when we think of a franchise, what's a franchise's goal? You know, let's talk about McDonald's. They want to get customers, they want people buying their McDonald's, and they want to duplicate more successful franchise owners, different stores. Okay. That's what we get paid to do. So let's talk about what a loyal customer is, and then let's talk about what a distributor is. So loyal customer is somebody that agrees to try any of our products. They get the 40% discount, which is what we pay as distributors, and they agree to ordering for 3 months. So I'm going to give you guys a visual. Okay. When we go to our website, let's go to our best sellers. You guys can see I'm in Canada here. It's Canada in the top right. My goal is to find 6 people right out the gate that are willing to be a loyal customer for me. Okay. So this can be your mom, this can be your dad, your friends, you know, this could, maybe you're like me and your success is going to be with the people that you don't know, the people that we meet on social media, which we're going to go into in a second here. So a loyal customer is somebody that agrees to order for 3 months minimum. Instead of paying the retail price, which is the normal price, they're going to get the loyal customer pricing, which is 40% off, which is the same price that we pay as a distributor. Okay, so loyal customers and us as distributors have the same pricing. So no matter what product we go to, okay, let's look at our fat fighters here, Formula FF. This is our carb blocker, super popular, okay? You're gonna see no matter what country you're in, what product we're looking at, they're always gonna have two prices, a retail price, $68, and a loyal customer price, which is $41, okay? So a retail customer is somebody that just wants to try something one time. They don't want to reorder. They want to pay full price. I'm going to say about, Kaitlyn, maybe you can share what your numbers are, but I would say about 2% of my customers will order retail. Most people want to order.
I don't think I've ever sold retail ever, because I just tell them like you're going to save so much money by doing the 3 months, and there's so much perks on it. And I really twist it too, so that it's for their best results as well. Like the Thermophyte X, for example, there's a clinical study on it that was done over 90 days. So I just reiterate, like, all the studies are done over 90 days because that's how you get the results.
Yes, and actually, Kaitlyn, when I don't know why I can't share in the chats I'm on here, but I'm gonna send a video, maybe Kaitlyn, if you can throw this in the chats. Guys, she's gonna put a link in the chats. Make sure you save this video for your notes, because this literally explain, like this made this switch go off for me as a new distributor on how to explain to my potential customers the retail pricing and the loyal customer pricing. So keep an eye out in the chat for Zoom and save that to your notes. So anyways, loyal customers ordering once a month for 3 months, they get the 40% off pricing. So they lock in that loyal customer order. They only pay for month 1 at the beginning. So let's say if Kaitlyn wanted to be a loyal customer for Fat Fighters, I would say to Kaitlyn, okay, Kaitlyn, we've talked about the Fat Fighters. You can either pay retail, which is full price, or you can become a loyal customer. You save 40%, you agree to 3 months. Now, Kaitlyn would only order her first month of the Formula Fat Fighters, so she would pay that $41. And then next month, it would send out again, so for 3 months. Now, with the loyal customer program, we have the ability to switch the product. We have the ability to skip a month if we want. The customer can log in and do that themselves. It's very flexible. They get the discount on the entire store, and they only commit to 3 months. After the 3 months, there's no commitment for them to keep ordering, but they do keep the discount for life, and It Works actually does a really awesome job of like sending out emails on your behalf from It Works to your customers saying like, because you're a loyal customer, you get access to this sale, you know, at one time you can just log in and get it. And then that creates a residual income for you. So guys, I have customers that have been ordering since I started 3 years ago. So you can think that over time, as you stay consistent, these people are ordering these products, and just like Kaitlyn said, they're result based. And so that's how I position it. You can totally order the Thermophyte one time, but for most people want to, you know, it's like would you go tanning one time? No, you're gonna brush your teeth every day, right? Like results require consistency. And so people are willing to try it for 3 months to save the money, to lock in the you know, other perks that you get with being a loyal customer, as well as, you know, being able to keep that discount for life. Now, I'm going to share in the chats how I word the loyal customer program. So if you guys are ever stuck, this is just something that I use right there. I just threw it in the chats, okay? So that's what a loyal customer is. Does anybody have questions? Maybe just throw it in the chat if you have any questions about loyal customers. I'm going to move on to the other type of person that we have for this business, distributors. That's what you and I are, okay? So we're distributors. We use the products at a discount. We share the opportunity. These are just the 2 types of people that we bring in. And I want you to know that, again, if you're feeling like I have nobody in my life that would be a customer or a distributor, I need you to know that I promise you, you can still have a successful business. Even if you never sold to somebody that you know, even if your friends, your family, your whole Facebook network did not want to be your customer, there literally are 7 billion people in the world. And the reason that Kaitlyn and I are successful is not because our family buys from us. It's because we've learned how to use social media. So that's what we're going to cover tonight, okay? So we talked about what the first goal is, 6 loyal customers in 30 days. We talked about what a loyal customer is, order once a month for 3 months, total flexibility, lock in the 40% pricing, distributor does what we do. And then obviously we have that retail customer as well. Now I'm gonna, before I pass it off to Kaitlyn and we talked about our first goal, I wanna give you guys an expectation before Kaitlyn goes into actually what we're gonna do to get these 6 customers, okay? So I wanna give you an expectation. Do I have permission to be my real self for a minute? Can I be red for a minute? Not like red, but like, you know, a little pinky color, maybe just a little bit of red. I wanna be real with you guys, okay? You know, people come into this business and I hear it all the time. Oh, I've been doing this for a day and I don't have a customer and I'm gonna quit. Guys, truly treat this like a business. Like if you got a gym membership and you walked into a gym and you know, for your first day, you just like surveyed the equipment and maybe you like went over and you like lifted one weight just to check it out. And then you were like watching everybody. Would you not come back the next day because you didn't lose 20 pounds? That's so silly, right? This business, I promise you guys, like it requires consistency. It requires treating it like a business, which means that you have to understand that there has to be work at the beginning where sometimes you feel like it's not working in order to get the results. Example, when I started doing the things. I'm posting, I'm talking to people, growing my network, and I didn't sign anybody for 30 days. And so I was doing this work, right? I was being consistent. I was talking to people. I was getting no's. This is where most people quit. Whenever you join the mom groups and they're like, yeah, we tried that pyramid scheme and it doesn't work. I wasted $1 million on it. Like, okay, first of all, why are you wasting $1 million? That's not even real. And second of all, like imagine if I would have quit in my first month because I didn't sign anybody. Like we would have literally missed out on $1 million in commission. Like think about that, okay? And so I want you guys to know that this business at the beginning, you may feel like you're hitting your head against the wall. Like, welcome to being an entrepreneur, you know, like just expect that. Expect the feeling of like, I don't want to say failure, but I truly believe that success in anything does not go from here to success. There's no elevator to the top of the mountain, right? We know that if you were at the Diamond Retreat last year, there is no elevator. You have to take the hike. But it's truly like being relentless in your goal. And I want you to understand that if you don't sign somebody the first time you talk to them, if you put out your first post and nobody comments on it, do not take that as a sign of this is not for you. My mindset in this business has always been, when I decided that I'm doing it, there's nothing that can stop me. And so when something isn't working, I'm never looking for a way out. I'm looking for a way to pivot. And throughout your business, starting as distributor, promoting to the top, you're going to have objections and setbacks and things that happen. And I believe that the real champion is the one that has these things happen and continues to push through. Now, before I pass it off to Kaitlyn, one thing that really helped me get through the slow times, the $30 first paycheck, the everybody saying no kind of thing, was focusing on my why. Why am I here? And I really want you guys to take a minute, okay, to think about why you are here. And if you're just thinking like, well, I want to make some extra money, I feel like you have to dig deeper than that. It's going to be easy to give up on a little bit of money. It's going to be easy to give up on the number $200 a month, you know? But what it's not easy to give up on is when you get into like the actual why. Like, when they asked me, hey, Jack, what do you want out of this business? And I said, I want $500 a month. And they're like, well, what is $500 a month going to do for you? And I had to stop and think. And it literally, to this day, almost makes me want to cry, because when I thought about $500 a month, I literally visualized like $500 a month would allow me to quit my serving job. I would be home at nights with my son. I would get to be there to hold him. I wouldn't be just like it literally to this day makes me want to cry. Like I wouldn't be coming home just when he was in bed. This is why I'm here. And so, yes, you're going to have hard days. Yes, you're going to have days, it's summer. It's going to be easy to not do it. Let's just get straight to the point. And I'm going to say to you, if you're not consistent with the business, you won't get results. If you don't treat it like a business, you won't get results. If you're very busy in your life right now, you can still treat it like a business. You know, I joined this business working 60 hours a week and Mike was gone. It's truly just about being connected to your why and being relentless with it and understanding that if it doesn't happen the moment we want it to, we got to push through. Think about an airplane taking off a runway. Do you just see an airplane start here and go here? No, you have to have it on the runway, strong, fast, hard momentum to get it off the ground, right? If we're all start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, that airplane is never getting off the ground. So that's kind of the expectation I want to give you guys. And just know, like, you know, you're going to see people, I've seen people go diamond in 3 months. I've seen top earners not enroll their first distributor for 9 months. So don't be looking left or right. Don't be wondering about my story or Kaitlyn's story. Literally just show up for yourself and be like, you're in competition with yourself. Okay. Sorry, that was a little tangent. Okay. So we talked about the expectation for our first goal. Our first goal is these 6 customers. Kaitlyn, what can we do to get these first 6 customers?
Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is your starting post. Once you, obviously, like the things Jackie showed you first, like the training videos, that's all really important and you want to do that. But the first actual like action thing to do is a starting post. So we have a bunch of examples. Jackie, are you going to send them in the chat? Okay, cool. Jackie's gonna send you guys some examples. But the basic one that I send that I love using with my new distributors is I get them to kind of write the first paragraph saying why they joined, what it means to them, like something actual personal to them, right? Like, why did you join this company? What is the business going to do for you? And then the second paragraph kind of says, but I need your help. I need 6 people who are interested in either, and it just gives a few options. So someone who wants longer hair, someone who loves coffee but wants to try a fat burning coffee, someone who wants to lose 10 to 30 pounds. Like, we have outlines, but if you want to write one yourself, that's perfect. But you want to get that post up because it says to your followers that like, I'm going to be working this business now. Like, this is what you can expect to see from me. And the reason I love that distributors do the first paragraphs on copy and paste the status, like, you are saying to your followers why you joined this, what your goal is, like, be real with it, because that is what is so important in this business, honestly. So you're going to get that up. That's going to give you a little bit of a start. If it doesn't, no big deal. Like, it's, I think Jackie's going to go to that after, but definitely, like, some people get comments, some don't. But the next thing you can do if you're really wanting to keep going is you can start messaging. And that's where a lot of people get nervous. But I'm here to tell you that it changes your business, because she wouldn't tell me to do this if it didn't work, so I did it. And you would be so surprised who is actually interested, because I remember being the person that was like, well, no, nobody's going to be interested, like, nobody's going to care. And some people might not, but who are you to decide for other people that maybe they don't want to lose some weight, or maybe they don't want to try a fat burning coffee or grow longer hair or better skincare, you know, like, you don't know. So you want to send, we have message examples that are being sent in the chat. There are different couple options that you can do though. Like, one, I personally messaged for, we call it our hundreds list. So basically what that means is they used to say to message 100 people, and that's all it kind of came from, but you would send them product options, right? Like, you would send them to different categories and say, like, is this something that would interest you? And again, some people might not, and that's fine. They're not paying your bills. They're not going to change your life, right? Next person. But some people will be interested, and you would be surprised who does respond. And so then it's just a way of offering what you now have to your friends list. And I love it. I swear by it. Like, people get results from people that they never would have expected to answer, right? But the other option you could do is, if you're so uncomfortable with that, we do what we call host to post, and Jackie's going to go into detail on that after, I believe. Yes, she is. I had to check my notes. But just the gist of it is we have free giveaways that we do every month, and all people do to enter these free giveaways is status. So that's a message you can send saying, hey, we're giving this away for free, and all you do is post a status for me. And if they say yes, it's a way of messaging, so you're not asking anybody to buy anything. You're not even messaging for customers. You're just getting them to put up a status for you, which is super, like, no commitments. Like, it's not nerve-wracking at all, right? And people do it because there's, like, free cash or whatever the prize is at that moment. And then you give them a status to post about, like, the coffee or the cleanse or whatever you pick, and it opens up your network to all their friends lists. So then they have people commenting, being like, oh, I'd be interested. And it's a way to then bring in customers quickly, the more statuses you get up, without you asking anybody anything besides the people that literally said they want info, right? So those are the 2 ways that I highly recommend picking one or the other, or both, whichever. But very good way to, like, quickly race to your 6 customers is by just, like, running with it, like, messaging as many people as you can, and just, yeah. And the next thing I also want to touch on is growing your network too. I know it doesn't really say that one on there, but I know for me, when I came, like, I didn't have that many friends, right? And if you also are, like, quickly growing your network right from day one, we never recommend just, like, messaging them as soon as you add them. We don't want to do anything like that. But if you right from day one are starting to add new people who can then watch your journey, it's also a really good way to just like open your doors and have more people watching you right when you're trying to get those 6 customers, right? So yeah, Jackie, is there anything I missed?
No, I think that's perfect. And you guys, Ashley, Sonny sent in, I don't know why I said Ashley, Sonny sent in a bunch of first post examples. So scroll back up. Actually, guys, there's a couple more. If anybody's in the leaders lead chat, if you guys want to throw the rest of those in there, that would be so helpful. I'm so annoyed that I can't do it. I'm so sorry. But save these in your notes, okay? So I want to briefly touch on host post for a second. So we've talked about a couple things you can do to get your first customers, right? We're posting. We have our first post example. Number 2, you can message. So I shared a message in there, but you guys honestly don't overthink it. Like if you want to reach out to your network, just be you. Like I mean, scripts are there for you to use and tweak, but you're not gonna just copy word for word everybody else's script. Like you truly do have to just be you. If, you know, I remember sending out my first messages and people literally told me to F off because like they were not even my friends. Like you're gonna make mistakes. Like I sent it out in one group to everybody and then a bunch of them blocked me. Like it's okay, you can get through this if you say the wrong thing. But honestly, when I reached out to people, I would just say something like this, you know, hey, this is so random. You know, I would say it like I normally talk. This is so random and I'm nervous to message you, but listen, I just started with a new company and I'm looking for some people that want to try a product at my discount. Can I give you the, you know, list of what we have available and you can just see if anything catches your eye, like no pressure. You know, you're going to be like, you may be shocked. Some of your closest friends may say no, but some random that's been on your Facebook for a couple of months might be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm actually looking to grow, like lose some weight or grow my hair. Like, what do you have? Okay. You can cater to things that you feel like your network will need. So, you know, send out some messages. If it makes you nervous, I was nervous too, but I want to do a quick experiment. Put a number 1 in the comments. I gotta find a new number. Put a number 3 in the comments if you have been brought into this business because somebody messaged you. Put a 4 in the comments if you joined this business because you messaged them because of their posting, okay? Kaitlyn's being a rebel and putting a 1. Kaitlyn's wrong. She doesn't know. She's like, 1. No, I'm just joking. I said 1 at the beginning. Okay, so 3, 4, 3, 4. Okay, as you can see, there's a lot of both, right? So what this means is if you're like nervous to message, I get it. I was nervous too, but once you can see like what you're potentially missing out on, like I would never have joined this business if the person didn't ask me, right? So it's just crazy to see now looking back how many people have been brought in, Kaitlyn, how many people have been brought in because of the message, right? And so messaging is a great way to go about it. Now let's talk a little bit more about host to post, okay? Host to post is going to be a really great way to sign customers and distributors. I'm going to go into it more in depth. I'm going to share in the leaders chat right now a video that better explains it, so you can save this and put it in your notes. But let's talk about host to post. Okay, so instead of me going to Kaitlyn and saying, hey Kaitlyn, I've just started a new business and I want you to buy some products, I would say to her, hey Kaitlyn, this is so random. I just started a business. Our team is doing a giveaway for, right now it's an air fryer. Would you mind sharing a post for me just for a free entry? I would appreciate the support so much. Kaitlyn's gonna say maybe yes, maybe no, maybe she'll ignore me, I don't know. She's gonna say, sure Jackie, I'll put up a post for you. So then I'm gonna send her something that says like, okay, great, I know, I appreciate it so much. Thank you very much for being willing to help me. Here's the status, throw this up on your Facebook and let me know when it's up and I'll take it from there, okay? You guys, all this wording is in our team page under host to post. Ask your enroller, we have all this for you. You can make it up, whatever you want. But I'm gonna show you guys exactly what this process looks like, okay? So if I go into my saved items, and I'll show you guys all how to do this, these are host to post, okay? So this is people last month. So I went to Melissa. I said, Melissa, would you post for me? She says, sure. And I say, thank you. Here's the status. Okay, so I send her this. She puts it up on her timeline. And this is just one of the examples. You can do weight loss. You could do skincare. You could do a post about the giveaway. You could do a post about being a distributor. You could do a post about the cleanse, the hair, skin, nails. This is just one that worked for me. So if you knew you couldn't fail, how much weight would you like to lose in 2020? 5 to 15 pounds, 20 to 30, right? Gives all the answers. And now what starts to happen is Melissa's network, Melissa's friends, they have now commented on this post, okay? So I'll just show you guys a really quick tip. This will help you organize. Guys, pay attention to this part because it's a game changer, okay? So somebody puts up a post for you. When you go to their page, you're going to see these 3 little dots in the top right-hand corner. When you click these, it's going to say save post. I just had to click unsave because I already saved it, but I'm going to click save post. And then you can title a new collection, or like you'll only have to do that one time. But as you guys can see, I have host to post for each month. So I have host to post for July, August. So let's say if I did my host to post for July, okay? I can save it to my host to post for July. Now I'm going to show you guys how this is so key for follow-up, okay? So I go to my Facebook, I go to my saved. You can do this on your phone or your computer. And these are all my collections. So I just saved one to my July host to post, and these are all of them in here, okay? So, you know, if I go to my, let's say my July host to post, this is another one I did. This is a different one, okay? This person posted for me. This one didn't get any comments. But let's say if I go back to this one, this chick had 2 comments on it. Her friends posted that they wanted information. So what I would do is I would say messaging you, okay? I'm going to go to this person, and this is the magic of host to post, okay? I'm going to add her as a friend, right? Kaitlyn just talked about growing our networks. This is key. This person is now, even if she doesn't buy from me right now, which by the way, a lot of people will buy on the spot, okay? Put a number 4 in the comments if you've had over 20 people buy on the spot because of host to post. You're going to see some people if you have people that have been in for a bit, okay? Host to post is just really great. But now I'm going to reach out to her, and I have this all in text message or text replacement. But essentially I would say something like, hey, thank you so much for the comment on our friend's post. I saw that you're interested in losing weight. How much are you looking to lose? And I'll see if I can best suggest something for you, right? And then as we go with the conversation, I know this may seem very overwhelming if you're new, but that sealing the deal video that I shared in earlier. So if you go to YouTube and you just type in Sealing the Deal by Jade Hooper, basically this is how I talk to people, no matter what product, what conversation I'm in. I basically just kind of follow this script to a T. So you guys can just search that. It's going to really help you. But as you guys can see with this, you know, now I have new people that are looking at my posts, and I'm only reaching out to people that are interested in what we have. Those people said they want to lose weight, so I can reach out to them and say, hey, I saw that you're looking to lose weight. You know, let's, you know, and then we kind of go from there. Or if it's about the business, hey, I saw that you know, we're wanting to make some money from your phone. Like, can I give you some info on what I do? Now, this is where people get emotional, is they talk to these people and they say, oh my gosh, I've been doing this for a week and I've talked to all these people about losing weight and nobody's bought from me. Okay, host to post, you really don't even see the magic of it until it compounds. Yes, you're gonna get immediate sales as you're consistent from it. But when I look back at our organization over the last 3 years, I look at how many people have been brought into my business either as a customer or a distributor. They've come from host to post from like months ago. So for example, Amanda Pates, I saw her on here. Amanda, we never knew each other before. Her friend hosted a post for me, who her friend hosted a post for me, and then her friend wanted to be a customer but then didn't sign up and then hosted a post for me, and then Amanda commented on her host to post, and then I added her into my network, and 3 months later she joined as a distributor, and now she's been on our team for 2 years. Like, that is the magic of host to post. But as you guys can tell, just like that airplane thing we talked about, you can't do host to post for a day and then be like, well, it's not working. Like, give it 90 days of getting 10 a day. I don't know if that seems a little bit crazy, but like, I mean, if you're wanting to go quickly, I would make it, 10 a day, right? Get some new people in your network, grow your network. It's going to be awesome. So that's host to post. Now, Kaitlyn, we're going to go into, thank you guys for sticking with us for this long, guys. We're going to go into basically what we do on a daily basis. So who here is feeling like, okay, I'm so fired up and I'm willing to do what it takes, but I don't know what to do every day. Anybody feel like that? I feel like that. Just joking. Sometimes I feel like that. Okay, Kaitlyn, let's go into it.
All right. Okay. So the first thing you're going to want to do every single day is posting, because posting is literally your open for business. Because what I always tell my new distributors is, if you're not posting, literally, there's literally nothing for it. Maybe you've talked to people before, maybe you haven't, whatever. But if there's somebody that maybe was going to be interested that day, you didn't post anything to remind them or to make them like actually be interested to reach out to you, right? Like, they don't know that you're actually working your business that day. There's nothing. Like, it's literally like an empty business. So you need to post every day. And especially if you're new, you're going to want to do the product posts, because you want to get your first 6 customers, right? But I'll just quickly explain. So there's 2 types of posts. There's product posts and there's lifestyle posts. One attracts customers, one attracts distributors. So the product posts, this is where product posts are definitely where there's a line that you don't want to cross because you don't want to look like an advertisement, right? Like you don't want to go on Google and find some like black and green it works picture saying like, who wants to try my coffee? Because that is when people might get annoyed by you working your business. They might unfriend you, they might unfollow. Like that's not what people want on Facebook, right? But if you find like a really cute picture of like coffee, like Pinterest, I love Pinterest, really nice pictures of like people drinking coffee or like just a coffee itself, or if you can use your like sample kit or your shopping spree, like whatever to get the product yourself, you want to show you using it, or maybe your friend in the business, maybe there's somebody on your team or even your upline who has a picture of them drinking the coffee that you can post their picture and just say, oh my gosh, like my friend is loving this coffee, she's down 5 pounds, whatever it is. Like you want to be real about it, right? You don't want the spammy advertisement looking posts. You want to be real and relatable. Share before and afters, share like the attractive pictures, right? That people are actually going to stop and see your post. They're not just gonna be like, oh, what's that? I don't want to see that, right? And then lifestyle posts to attract distributors, that would be where you want to share. This is where you have to be yourself too. Like we have so many post outlines, like you can absolutely post and tweak them, or like sometimes you use them, but you want to also share your story all the time. Put yourself out there. Why are you working the business? What are your goals? Like, be so real with it, because even if you just joined yesterday, you have never made a penny off your business, you haven't gotten paid yet, you just started, that's not what people care about. They don't care what's in the past or how much money you've made or any of that. They genuinely care where you're going with this and what it means to you. Because if they know your goals, like they know why you're doing this, that's when people are to trust you and want to join with you and do what you're doing, because they know why you're doing it. They know if they are to join with you right now, you're not going to quit, because they know what you're working for and you haven't hit that yet. So you really do need to just put your goals out there and be yourself and share your story so consistently, because that is what will sign people. And like I said, it's your open for business sign. If you're not posting, people aren't following your journey. They're not following your story. They're not seeing what you're doing. Like it's literally a blank canvas. Like you're not doing it. So posting is definitely number one. And we have a ton of posts in Diamond Tribe too. So our page that Jackie showed you guys, there's tons of them there. Lots of like, yeah, there's posts everywhere you can use. So the next one that you're going to want to do is stories.
Hey, can I interrupt for 1 second?
Oh yeah, go
Can I
for it.
interrupt for just 1 second before I forget? Is that okay? I'm so sorry. I hate you.
No, you're fine.
I just want to add one thing onto this, you guys. Like 2 things that Kaitlyn said there. First of all, for product posts especially, look, I'm going to put, as Kaitlyn goes into the next thing, I'm going to put some people that I recommend following on social media. Go find these people and like you'll see that success leaves clues. Like go see what they're posting. You know, like nobody just comes into this business knowing exactly how to post, but success leaves clues. So go find these people. And the next thing that I just wanted to add when she was talking about lifestyle posts, can we maybe like, before we go on to the next task, just can we each ramble off one example of how we would post as a new distributor that has never made $1 in this business yet? Is that okay if we do that? Sorry to put you on the spot. Absolutely. This is not part of the script, but I always like to spice it up a little bit. Do you want me to go and ramble one off real quick?
Go for it.
Okay, so just like Kaitlyn said, lifestyle posts is like, you like for people to join you, you have to take your business seriously for yourself before anybody else will take your business seriously. So I feel like people are like, well, I'll start posting about my story when I go diamond. No, in order to go diamond, you have to share your story, right? So every single day, talk about this business. And I'm not saying spam your wall. I'm saying talk about this business. So when I was starting, made $0, this is the type of post I would make. I'd be on my couch, you know, I'd have my baby in my hands. I'd take my picture with Mason and I'd be like, oh my gosh, you guys, I am so thankful that I found this opportunity. And I would share my story before this business. So I would be like, you know, I would be like, I should have thought about this before I challenge myself to ramble off. I'd be like, so take a picture of me and Mason. Okay, I'm so thankful that I found this business. I'd say, you know, when Mason was placed on my chest for the first time, I realized that what I was doing wasn't working. I'm so busy working 60 hours a week at 2 jobs that I realized I literally never had any time or any money. The reason I joined this business is because I saw somebody else be successful, and I decided that if she could do it, so can I. So see, I've talked about before the business, what I found when I joined, and then where I'm going. This is the most important part. Your vision is important. You have to talk about where you're going. This shows people that you're serious. And so I would say something like, you guys, this business will allow me to quit my restaurant job. This business is going to allow me more time with my son. And I'm so thankful because the fact that I'm figuring out how to make money in, you know, the social media world is such a blessing, because I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I would end it with like, you know, I wouldn't necessarily at that point be like text opportunity, but I would say things like, I'm excited to see where this is going to take me, because I know this is going to change my life. Like, that's how I would talk every day. And you guys, people are not going to just see that the first time and be like, oh my gosh, I'm in. But what that does is they see it once and they're kind of like, yeah, right. And then they see it again and they're like, yeah, right. And then I got my first $30 paycheck, and I went to the gas tank and took a picture of me filling it up. And I was like, my side business just paid for my gas this week. Guys, I still have people that tell me like, I joined you because of that gas post, because people are struggling to put gas in their car. Right. And so just sharing these little wins and these like objections and like, you know, the little wins and where you're going is big. Okay, sorry to interrupt that. I just wanted to like really talk about how we can post like that. So what would you say? What would you say?
So a big one for me that genuinely got me enrolling distributors right away was because on top of the post sharing my story that like I joined because I had no money and couldn't afford to raise my baby girl, and like all I wanted was to be able to like be that mom for her. You have to share your story, right? But then the one that got me a lot of distributors was then I'll also do posts like taking pictures of me and her, because my story is about her. And I would say like, I'm so thankful for this business where I can literally lay on the couch cuddling her today and I can still be working my business and bringing in a paycheck. Because even if you haven't gotten paid yet, that's literally what you're doing, is building that paycheck. So you, like, it's facts. Like, that's what you're doing. You are working from the couch. So share what you're genuinely doing that day. Or if you're going out shopping with your family, or like literally anything is a lifestyle post, just twist it to talk about that you are working your business while you're doing that. Because if you're putting up that post saying that you're doing that, that's literally what you did, is you just worked your business while you're doing that. And so if you just show people that like, this is real, like you're actually working from social media, it really does interest people, because a lot of people have those busy schedules where they would relate to that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so then where was I before? Stories, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so then the next thing is stories. And I'm going to be totally real with you guys. Stories is like probably 99% of my enrollments. Like stories is by far the biggest part of my business. And one thing you guys will learn is like to find the one thing that works for you. Like, I know there's people on my team where I like am constantly raving about my stories. Like, stories isn't where they get all their views. Like, everybody's going to be different, right? But for me, like, I get so many views, because it's one thing that you have to be consistent with. Just like everything Jacquie has talked about, if you throw up a story one time about you making the coffee, sure, some people might see it, but like it was a one-time thing, right? But what I used to do is I would literally set alarms so that I would add to my story every single hour until I got into the habit of just doing it on my own without that alarm. Because the reason stories are important is because with posts, there's so many algorithms that it's hard to keep up with Facebook. Like, it depends who you're interacting with and who's interacting on your posts, or who Facebook literally picks who they think should see your stuff and who they think you should. But with stories, it literally is whoever posted most recently in their story is who shows up at the top of your timeline. So like, you'll see at the top of your Facebook, there's people there, right? That's who posted in their stories last. So if you are constantly adding to your stories throughout the day, your story and your picture stays at the forefront of every single Facebook friend's profile. So if you get in the habit of using your stories I always use the references like a Snapchat story because people are constantly adding to that, right? It's the same idea, but make them things that people would want to watch. Like every morning I do my one of like me drinking my fat burning coffee and what that coffee does. Then I'll have videos of me and Heidi and her being like the crazy attitude kid she is, but it's funny, right? So I'll add that in there. And then I'll throw something in about the business, like something about how me and her are hanging out and I'm getting to make money from social media while doing that. Like you can slip the products and the business in there throughout, like positivity and like quotes or like videos, like keep it really interesting, but you're sneaking things in there every single day, right? And it's a really good place to put like the before and after results too. Like everybody's different. For me, what works really well for me is keeping my timeline a lot of lifestyle posts and business oriented, but then in my stories where I put more of like the before and afters and the product stuff, because that's where people will see it and it's not like taking over my profile, right? Like it's just what I love doing. So stories are big. The next one is messaging. So I know we kind of touched on like what to message for, but you want to be doing that every single day. And so that kind of goes hand in hand with growing your network, because if you aren't adding new people, you're not getting a bigger network. Like you haven't, let's say you haven't added people in months, like you've been at the same amount of friends for months, you're going to run out of people to talk to. Like you now don't have anybody new to reach out to see if they would be interested. So if hand in hand, you're messaging and adding a bunch of new people every day, by the time you get to the end of where your friends list was a few months ago, you've now grown your network and have people that have been watching you for a while that you can now reach out to. So it really just goes like, I like to share that like every single thing is so important because it all coincides with one another. Like if you're missing one aspect of those like important things, it all kind of like comes crashing. Because let's say you're posting and you're doing your stories, but you're not actually messaging or following up with people during any of that things. Like you might sometimes get interest from your posts and your stories. Like you might, but you could be missing a heck of a lot of people that are watching, but you haven't said anything about it. And so they haven't ordered. And maybe somebody else is going to ask them. And so they're going to order from somebody else because you didn't actually talk to them about it. So we always say posting is not asking. There are people that will tell you they're interested, but there are a heck of a lot of people that will not tell you that they're interested. Same goes as, let's say you're messaging and you're talking to people behind the scenes, but you're never posting about what you're doing. Like you're so inconsistent with posting. You might have people interested from talking to them, but if they go like creep your profile, because people creep on Facebook, it's just a thing. If they then go to your profile, you haven't shared anything about this so-called business or this so-called product that you're trying to talk to them about, they're gone because they don't take it seriously anymore because you don't take it seriously. You don't talk about it. You're not posting about it. Like you have to do every single thing so that they intertwine and go together. Like they really do go hand in hand with each simple thing. So posting, messaging, following up, I slightly mentioned, but it's definitely important because you will have people that will say no. And that does not mean never to talk to them again. Like it is so normal in our business for people to say no. Have a list going. Like you need to have either a list in your phone or a literal piece of paper. Like you have to have a list of all the people who are ever interested so that you can keep going back to them and saying, hey, I'm putting in some orders at my discount today. Did you want to give it a try? Or, hey, I'm helping some people lose that 10 pounds we talk about right now. Did you want to get started? Like follow-ups do not have to be super stressful and thought out. Like they can be so simple. Like, hey, I'm putting in some orders right now. Were you ready to get started? Like it's literally as simple as that. Just staying in contact with them and just following up, because it literally takes probably, I think it's like 7 to 21 times we always tell people is that it literally takes multiple times of talking to people before they will order. So if somebody says no to you, it's not that you did anything wrong. You're not sucking at your business. You're not failing. You need to keep going. Add them to your list and go to the next person and follow up with them later. And if they will come around eventually, if you take your business seriously and you keep doing all the things every day, people will come around. If you will get them eventually. And growing your network. We talked about that one, but to go into it a little bit deeper, there's literally no right or wrong way to do it. You can add from anywhere. So my favorite ones to do are like spas or like clothing stores, or if universities, like anywhere that you know that have people that could market to either your business or the products, go add them. Same with on Instagram. There's no right or wrong way. My favorite way to do it is I will interact and add people at the same time. So if I'm going down my network and I see like a really pretty selfie of a girl who I think would be killer at this, not only am I going to message her, but then I'm going to add a bunch of the people that liked her post. Or if there's like a really pretty picture, like it's just a good photo, like this person knows how to take good photos, I'm going to go add all the people that liked that picture. Like I'm always going towards the people that I think would appreciate what we do. So it's a really good way to interact while also adding people, because I'll comment on these posts while I do it. So yeah, I think that was what I had to say. Jackie, anything else?
Yeah, I want to add in a couple things to that, guys. It's just everything she said there. I really hope you guys heard that, you know, being consistent with everything, right? If you're like, let's just say you're only posting, but you don't message and you don't grow your network, you're going to cap out. You're not going to have anybody, like you're eventually going to either sell to them, you're not going to sell for them, or they're not going to be ready to buy. If you're messaging but not growing your network and not posting, you seem sketchy because like, why aren't you posting about it? If somebody has to scroll down your timeline for longer than 2 seconds and question if you're in the business, it's like, in my opinion, you won't stay as relevant. Consistency reaffirms your message. If you're posting and messaging but you're not growing your network, you're going to run out of people. All of these things, you guys, truly go hand in hand, and it's just so crazy. I think the other day I got a message from somebody that has watched me for like 6 months, never talked to me before, and ordered the whole skincare pack because of my results. So I was like, wow, if I sat there and stopped posting my results because I felt like everyone was getting annoyed with it, this person would have never been attracted to my post, right? So it's literally a formula. We post. That's like that's your storefront. If you're not posting, your business is closed. We grow our network, so there's always new people looking at our content. We message people because it's our job. It's not their job to come to us. Like, okay, one more thing. Did I already ask this question? Put a 1 in the comments if you were, yeah, I already did ask that question. There was a lot of ones, or whatever number it is. It all comes together. So just, it's almost like the law of gravity. It just like, you just do it and it literally like works. But the reason people don't see results is because they'll miss out on one of them. So that brings us into our next thing, guys. We're going to keep this really short because there's actually videos for this for you to watch. But let's talk about the day-to-day. I know we kind of just give you the brief overview. Now for those of you guys, I'm reading Sherry's, that's so funny. Okay, so anyways, let me send it in the leaders chat here. So this is going to be a really great starting point for you guys if you're new. Okay, so this is in the unit. I just put it in the leaders chat. If someone can share it in here, it literally won't let me copy and paste. It's so annoying. I'm really sorry. This is our daily KPI list. It's 9 short videos, 2 to 5 minutes long, explaining each task. The actual KPI tracker sheet is in the team page under units. Give this a watch. Give all these 9 videos a watch. This KPI list consists of 9 things that, in my opinion, is the basic minimum to have success in this business. Meaning, you have a crazy day, your kids are sick, you got 500 kids. This is the minimum, okay? Like the minimum. We do this every day. Again, we do 1 or 2 of the 5 things, it's not gonna work. And so this is a great guideline. I love it because even if you're super busy, you can break this into little increments of your day. Do it once, you know, once a day for sure. And then other things you can do more than once a day. You could, you know, grow your network twice, right? So anyways, give that a watch. If someone can share that in to the thing, that would be awesome. I'm really sorry I can't do it. But save these in your notes, okay? So last thing that we're going to talk about, unless I'm wrong, Kaitlyn, is basically the goal after our first 6 customers. Okay, guys, so give us, oh my gosh, we're already at 1.5 hours. I'm so sorry. Okay, give us 5 more minutes of your time. We'll wrap this up. Once we get our 6 customers, our goal is to go Ruby, okay? I want you guys to go into Diamond Tribe in units. There's going to be a chart and it's going to say a Ruby chart. Ask your upline for it. Message us if you want. Like, make sure you have a Ruby chart, okay? This is your first goal. Ruby, after you get your first 6 customers, is your first goal. That's your first promotion. Now, if I can give you a tip, thank you so much, dude. So those are all in the chat for you guys now. So copy and paste that, save it. It's also in units in Diamond Tribe. So totally lost my train of thought. What was I just talking about? Ruby. not today. I got it right up here. So we're going to print off that Ruby chart. That's the first goal. Okay. Ruby averages $500 a month. $500 a month, life-changing. Anybody else? Like, that fires me up. Okay. We can figure out Ruby. We can figure out any rank in this company. Our ambassador diamond at the very top of this company is literally just made up of a bunch of people going Ruby. So the faster you can understand what Ruby is, the faster you can understand, look at that. Kaitlyn just signed a DT while she's on the call. Look at that. I'm going to put one more video in the leaders chat for you guys to throw in there, guys. Thank you so much for helping me with this. Someone's going to put in a video that I've recorded of how to go Ruby. So you're going to see what the chart looks like. I want you guys to bring this up, and I want this to be your first goal. I want you to understand it, okay? A ship on water that has a destination and a plan to get there is going to get there 9 times out of 10. If you're just throwing gel to the wall to see what sticks, you're probably not going to get anywhere. Everything takes intention. So let's make the first goal Ruby. That averages $500 a month. That's life-changing money. I think it's a realistic expectation for you to set your goal to be Ruby in your first, 2 months. I think that's a really conservative goal. If it takes you longer, that's okay. Like, we have top earners that took 9 months to go Ruby. It does not matter. But the point is that you have it out there in front of you. You know what you need. And you guys, if you need help with it, please ask. Like, this is what we're here for, 100%. I can't always promise that I'm right back in my inbox all the time, like definitely working on it. My inbox is crazy, but, come to me, come to your diamond enroller, diamond upline, ask them to show you Ruby, because once it clicks for you and you understand what you need for Ruby, it's just going to be so much easier for you to not only master Ruby, but keep going. And guys, it's seriously like, that first Ruby paycheck that we got, like, it just opened my eyes to what was possible. It was so life-changing, and I truly want that for everybody on here and more. I want you guys to have your sights set on diamond. Anybody like $2,500 a month average income? Like, would that not rock your whole world? Okay, we have over we probably have close to 50 diamonds on our team. You know what I mean? Like, that's big money, guys. That's $2,500 American a month. Like, average, there's people making 4,000 as a diamond. There's people making 1,000 as a diamond. Again, we're paid on our productivity, but I want you guys to, I don't know. I feel like, let's just wrap it up with this. We got one more tip after for that. Like, we'll just go back and forth for a minute, but I feel like we can't, people aren't taught to dream big. I feel like we're just so taught to go through the life. We're taught to be an employee, which is not bad. It's, it's whatever, but we're not taught to think, to dream big. We're kind of taught to think I don't know, maybe it was just me, but we're taught to think that we have to be in this box, or, this is all that there is. And it's guys, there's so much more for you. There's so much more for you out there if you want it. And I truly believe that diamond, set your goal on it, dream big. If you want a full-time income, I want you guys thinking and understanding diamond. Start with Ruby, but just know that that's the next, step. And guys, it truly is life-changing. So, one more thing I'll add is tomorrow, guys, if you go to the events in Diamond Tribe, I'm going to do a live, a live call. So it won't be on Zoom. It will be live in the team page at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And then 3 if you're in Newfoundland. I'm pretty sure you guys get some crazy, your own time zone, which is super crazy. So we're going to be live in the team page talking about how to go Ruby. Okay. So if that's your goal, make sure you're on that. Okay. Now, guys, to wrap it up, Kaitlyn, let's just leave it with 2 minutes. If you could give all of these amazing people one last tip, from top earner to new distributor, if you could give yourself a piece of advice, what would you say?
Okay, so my tip would be that you are going to have people tell you that you can't do it, constantly, no matter where you are in the business. And what you need to do is use it as motivation, because when somebody says something negative to you and they tell you that you can't do it, you literally have 2 options. You can let that bring you down and just know that you're literally proving them right. So somebody came and told you can't do it, you just told them, yeah, no, you're right, and then you quit. So you're just going to let them choose your whole future for you. Or you can turn that around and be like, that's your opinion, that's fine, and then you can go prove them wrong and use it as motivation. And I guarantee if you do that instead, you will get to wherever the heck it is you're trying to go to, because you know how to not let other people's opinions dictate your entire future. And a lot of that is going to come from personal development books, whether it's about I saw somebody recommend Beach Money in the comments. That's really good. It's about network marketing specifically. Or like, there's so many good books. Like, feel free to message me if you want ideas, and I can give you guys a ton. But that's going to come from developing yourself and just being so confident in yourself that nobody can bring you down ever. Because if you yourself are confident in where you're going, you won't give a crap what anybody else tells you. And that is how you know you're going to be successful. But if every single little thing like brings you down, it really does come from inside. You have to work on yourself and be confident in yourself before anybody can ever be confident in you.
Yeah, dude. So true. Just putting some of these in here. Kaitlyn's so nice. She's like, just go be successful. I'm like, no, you go be so successful. Take pictures, tag them in it, do it twice. Like, it just feels so good. I'm just joking. But guys, my tip for you too is just going to be consistent, be hungry for your goals, and just understand you're going to have struggles. Okay. Like, no one is here telling you this is easy. What we're telling you is it's worth it. It's so worth it. It's so crazy to like, it's just so crazy, you guys. It's so, I just remember being where you're at and thinking like, I almost quit my business. I don't think I can do this. It's not for me. And I don't know, it's just crazy to like look back and just be like, we're really not anybody, like we're all in the same boat together. And nobody is like better than anybody. We're all on our own journey. And like all we're here to do is just like teach you what's worked for us and like help you and encourage you. And we want to see you win. I want this for you guys, like more than anything. I just truly, I don't know, when I look at the lives that this business has changed, not just like us personally, but like on our team, it is actually the most emotional thing. And if I can give you one piece of advice just to wrap it up, it's that your future self will thank you 100%. Your future self will thank you for doing this. And, you know, just be a student of it, be hungry, be willing to like learn, you know, work on what you feel you're lacking. If you're like, oh, I can't sign distributors, stop whining about it. Go to YouTube, ask somebody for a video on how to sign distributors, go watch it and learn from people that are signing distributors. If you mess up, don't be like, oh, dude, there's 7 billion people in the world. You know what I mean? Like, you could literally mess up. I've literally had people send a group message out to their whole entire friends list. And I'm like, okay, girl, we got to get you a new Facebook because these people are about to rip you apart. So like, you can truly have success, you know? So first, I want you guys to believe you can. I want you to believe you're worth it. I want you to understand that the only thing that is stopping you from getting what you want, whether it's business, your soulmate, well, I don't know about it. I'm like, I shouldn't be here giving dating advice, but anything, okay? It's the story that you're telling yourself as to why you can't have it. So knock it off, get fired up, take a picture on this Zoom, put it on your story, be like, guys, I'm fired up. Like, talk about where you're going. Just be ignorance on fire. Have your goal in front of you. Be excited. If somebody tells you that you can't do it, do it twice, take pictures, go diamond, and it's going to be so fun. It's just going to be so great. So guys, sorry that this took a long time. No, I'm not. This is so fun. This is so fun. So we appreciate it. And we'll see you on the Zoom tomorrow. And guys, I know I speak for Kaitlyn and I, anything that you guys need, you know, give us a shout. Okay. Like I'm going to put my number in here. Please don't just like text me to like, don't send me anything weird. But like, if you guys ever need help, like I have to give that disclosure because I've got weird stuff before. Okay. So like, if you send me weird stuff, I'm not going to answer. But like, if you guys just need like, hey, you know, what's a video I can watch for this? Or like, just you ever need anything, like, you know, just I'm here for you guys 100%. Okay. So super thankful for you guys, and we'll get this up on YouTube, and we're just cheering you on. We cannot wait to see you guys, you know, just hit every single goal. It's crazy. I literally get chills. So Kaitlyn, any last words, or are we gravy to go?
I think that was pretty awesome.
So awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming. It's 11 a.m. Pacific tomorrow. There is an event in Diamond Tribe. So guys, come with your charts. Like, come if you're boxed for Ruby and you guys have questions. It's going to be a training and then a live Q&A. So I'll record it. I'm not going to post it because it will have information and stuff or whatever, but it'll be in the team page. And yeah, it'll be great. I never know how to end these things. I'm like, see you guys later. Okay, we'll see you guys later. Bye.